Gus's chicken thing right here, but they don't sponsor us. But
Gus ain't cutting the check, man.
Gus ain't cutting the check, but
Gus ain't got the check.
I wish they was. Um, a speaker on.
Not no more.
He just cut it. Yeah, nah, but they ain't cutting the check. But have you been to Gus's?
I haven't. It's fire.
Cause I don't really hype up chicken like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Gus's chicken is good.
The one right through the plaza? Ain't that
Yeah, it's like on the back end of the plaza.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what? Hold on, actually, I got the cup. World famous fried chicken. I believe it's based out of Louisiana.
It's good though.
It's called Gus's Chicken. I think it's like right over there on State
through the
Line.
plaza,
Yeah, right
yeah.
through the plaza, but on the back end of it, it's fire. You down there? No, I'm saying like you close. You in the city, so yeah, you should must do that. Yeah. So what they do is their batter is like super spicy, and then honestly got some good mac and cheese and beans on the side too.
What's the grease to crunch ratio?
Honestly, bro, it's more crunch than there is
I need
grease.
the grease to
There
crunch
is no
ratio.
grease for real. To be honest with you, it's just a good ass piece of chicken. All right, so I'm gonna ask y'all that: are y'all white or dark meat?
I like breast.
I know
pork
you
thighs.
like the legs.
I do like.
I mean, anything
I like
on the
everything,
bird.
dog.
Yeah, I
and so
know.
what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
starting,
yeah.
what I'm starting to do is more. I guess to answer your question a little bit better, I'm starting to appreciate thighs more.
Okay.
I wasn't a thigh guy, but I'm in there, dog. But I eat them legs though, dog. That's like the first piece I grab now.
Yeah, that's because I know you are you like churches.
Yes.
Yeah, you and Big Cuz like churches.
Just throw me them 3 for 3 legs, dog. Let's go. A little quick snack.
You like churches. Yeah, no,
I'm in there, dog.
You know, I like give me a good old breast and
Yeah,
the wing. That's
yeah, I feel
those
you,
my
bro.
go-to. You know what I'm saying? Good old breast and the wing. I like Go Chicken Go. I like wings and things too. I honestly drive to the city probably once every 2 weeks
To
for
get
one
some
of the
wings
two.
and things?
One of the
Yeah.
two. Either Go Chicken Go or wings and things.
They got a fire Jamaican spot down there. Reggae Kitchen.
I seen you tweeting about that.
You gotta get it.
Reggae Kitchen.
Reggae
Where's it at?
Kitchen. Right there by a little down the street from Go Chicken Go.
Oh no, I actually have seen that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Reggae
Right next to that pastry shop. Reggae Kitchen. Get you a brown stew chicken, bro.
Look at us just going. All of us. That's how you know it must be getting close to lunchtime. Look, everybody talking about food. Nah, man, but yeah, I was just thinking about that because.
We back.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Well, welcome back. On the other side of the year.
How about that? 2021.
Man, we survived, dog.
Whew,
We survived
amazing.
Nature's just scary, dog.
It's still going on. What you mean?
We survived it so far. You
No, true.
know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah.
Nature's scary.
Because I was about to say, man, 2021, and it ain't just a flip of the switch. You still got to go through life.
No Thanos snaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to keep going forward. You got to keep building a foundation for whatever goals that you might have set going forward. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, I don't know.
Has it been off to a good start, man? Everybody good?
I mean,
I'm solid, man. I'm
super
solid. I
blessed.
cannot
Yeah.
complain. I cannot complain.
super
What
blessed.
we 3 days in, right?
What's today? Yeah, today's the third. Yep.
Yeah. I can't complain.
Shoot. Well,
3 days in to a new year.
hey, shout out to some other people that survived, man. Like IHRU. You know what I'm saying? My sister's business getting off the ground.
There we go.
Yep.
And One Pair KC.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shoe shop downtown. I think it's off Truce. There is a guy owns it, and he's gonna pass ownership to the teenagers that work it.
Wow.
Oh, that's dope.
And they restore shoes. They have a rare like Air Force Ones and Jordan collection. So yeah.
Where's
I
it at?
support
In that new development area?
I haven't been yet, man, but I want to go shoot like a little promo commercial for when we get everything like truly set up.
Right.
Get it going. So
One
Get us a
pair is
little-
what it's called.
One pair
One
KC.
pair.
That's cool, man. I've never heard of that.
Since we're giving shout outs, I gotta give a quick shout out then to Daryl Slaughter, bro.
Oh,
So
word.
he hit me last night, and he was like, "Hey, bro, I just opened up my own studio." So he is located off of 6240 Raytown Road in Raytown, Missouri.
For sure.
Go see my boy for any of your photography needs. Good old D Slaughter.
No doubt.
My boy just got his first building. So I was like, when he hit me, I was like, bro, I'm most definitely going to mention you on the podcast because that's just super dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The beginning of the year, you got your keys to your building.
Hey, man.
Now you got to start building the foundation of
Sure,
your
he
business.
got married. And,
that's a beautiful
and
thing.
taking care of some kids too, bro. He's been doing his thing, man.
Yep.
Shoot. Can't be nothing but proud about that.
Man, got it. Hey, I'm there to root folks on all day long. So shout out to D Slot.
No doubt.
Told you I'd give you a shout out, my boy. Go see him.
No doubt. Well, what's your boy's name downtown? Native Hemp Co.?
Yeah, Native Hemp, man.
Yeah.
Richard Dunfield, always. Right downtown Lee Summit, right in the middle, right across from where the old bike shop used to be.
No doubt.
Go get you some of that premium
Premium
CBD.
CBD, man. Straight up.
Hey.
Yeah.
Premium CBD.
Shoot.
So Spence, what's on the agenda today, my boy?
Man, we got some of the most atrocious political temper tantrums going on that I've ever seen in my life, dog. We lived through Clinton. You know what I'm saying? We lived through the first Bush. All of this. The second Bush. Oh my God, man. This is just
This is the floor. This is the bottom.
I don't know if it is, man.
I think it is, man.
I don't know if this. I think it goes even lower than this.
I
Bro.
mean,
I really do.
only way it goes lower is if on January 20th he doesn't leave.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's definitely real potential there, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no, I used to think it was just a joke. No, I'd say it's higher than 50%
It's not a
that
joke.
he's really considering that I'm not leaving
I'm
this
not
White
leaving.
House. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. I think
Then
this
what
is
happens?
J-Mac watching. Shout out to J-Mac. I
Good answer. Yeah, exactly, man. I think he gets forcefully removed if he refuses to go, though.
I don't even know if that happens, bro.
Well, they're not
Because I
gonna
really
get-
don't have any
we're not
faith
gonna
in
put
people's
bunk beds in
decisions.
that mud.
Like it took 6 months for $600. Okay, for people that's in need. Then when you get the chance to pass $2,000, you attach all of this BS on it, just like every time it's happened in history with something that actually helps folks.
Right.
We got trillions for corporations, man. We just passed $1 trillion tax bill. Bernie was standing on the Senate floor, just
Going through it all. he
speaking his
was.
absolute,
Yeah,
you know,
he was.
regular stuff. And now we just now taking notice, man. That man about to pass, bro. Bernie don't always.
God forbid anytime soon,
He
but
looks
yes,
more and
he's
more
old,
like,
yeah.
bro. He's old, dude. You know, like who
This year's
takes
eight-
over after
yeah,
that? We got
yeah.
AOC, we got Ilhan Omar, we got Rashida Tlaib, we got Jamal Bowman, we got Cory Bush who just got in office. We got people that can lead into a new generation, bro. But these old heads, they won't leave. They don't want to
Yeah.
go.
There needs to be term
You know what I'm
limits.
saying? We got Kentucky, right? Mitch McConnell State. 18% approval rate, and yet he still got elected. People voting for the other side just because they don't want to vote for a liberal.
That's it.
Literally not because of any other policies.
Yeah.
They'll just be damned if they vote for a liberal,
It'd
even
be
if the
one-
stuff
it'll be
makes sense.
It'll be a one-issue voter, man, and it just doesn't matter about the other things.
even
they,
if it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really identify with either party, bro, because I think at the end of the
me
day,
either.
they all are conjoined together because they all in the same tax bracket.
I'm
They
a free
write
thinker.
laws and exempt themselves from it all the time.
Yeah, I don't attach myself to any political party either. I try and align myself with, I guess, normal morals,
Okay.
right from wrong.
Right.
And I call it how I see it. I mean, period. I just feel like people are idolizing these parties, bro. They gotta, I mean, come on, man. Like, are you that much of a Democrat that you forget that you're an American first or a human being first? Are you that much of a Republican That you forget you're a human being first. You know
Bro,
what I'm
there is
saying?
no humanity between the fight. Like everything that's controversial in politics has nothing to do with helping people.
But you said the fight, but I thought we were the United States of America. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It makes no sense. What are they? What are you fighting for?
Look at here.
You got two big political parties fighting for status quo.
I'm glad you said we the United States of America, but we got a two-party system.
No,
So how could we?
that's the biggest flaw.
How could we ever be a united system when there's literally two different parties that like wage political war against each other? With every bill that goes to the House, something else gets attached to it. With every bill that goes to the floor of the Senate, something else gets attached to it. Then by the end of it, nobody wants to really vote for it. But now it's here. Now it's just there. And they all vote on it. And all of this dumb shit passes all the time. And, you know, like Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi's like house getting vandalized. That's really people just being fed up. But now they know who to target.
Yeah.
You know, this world of no consequences for these politicians, man.
Yeah.
That's about to come to a serious end, bro, because the people are not about to keep having this shit.
Yeah, because the more access to information, like we just said, I mean, the easier it is to find people.
Now, it seems the only people that are still stuck are the ones in rural America
Yeah.
because they don't have access to high-speed internet. They still got satellite out there, G.
Bro, I could
Well,
drive to Pittsburgh,
I
Kansas
would
right
say-
now.
I would agree with that, Smith, but man, there's another side of that where too much information is becoming a bad thing
I agree.
because you have these alternative news sites opening up with the internet connection, and now you're getting completely skewed, blatant
Call it what it
lies.
is. Yeah, I was about to say,
and
yeah, that's what it is.
people were believing it to be the truth with some of these new news networks. So it's either you're saturated with, you know, misconceptions and lies, or you are completely in the dark.
So I guess my question to you guys is how important is the runoffs coming up this
In
Tuesday?
Georgia?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
They're enormous.
For what reasoning?
Well,
Because now I
depending
get to
on-
use
I guess depending on which side you want, what side of the party, the aisle you're on. But if you are okay, if you wanted your check to be 2,000 this time, you want the Dems to win because that would make it a 50-50 tie
and
in the Senate.
goes to Kamala.
And Vice
She'll get
President
the tie
Harris
breaking. Yep.
would break the tie. Yep. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Like how much, in a time of need, how much government support do you want? And if you want as much as you can possibly get, you're gonna be hopeful for the two liberals in Georgia on the 5th. If you want more of the same, and if you want the next 6 years to be pretty tough, as far as getting things
as far as getting past Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which it would be impossible.
Yep.
With these two wins. So
I think at the heart of it, man, it's not even like about repping parties. It's really about how people feel. Because at this point, we've seen the result of the worst president in U.S. history.
By your words.
Yeah, by my word, sure. The worst president in U.S. history. I mean,
and see, and here's the crazy part, which is not really, I guess nothing we don't already know, but a large segment of our population would say he's the best we've ever had.
That's why I said by his
74
words.
million people.
Literally why I said by his words, yeah.
They say he's the best.
Yep.
74 million people, man. So knowing that the actions, to my standards at least, have been pretty atrocious, and pardoning all of these people, not passing bills that really assist folks in the need of right now in the middle of a pandemic,
Right.
and knowing about it. You know what I'm saying? You got Senator Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue for insider trading. They the ones up for re-election.
Yeah.
Like, why is it even a race?
And first and foremost,
You know?
Kelly was never even voted in. She was placed. She was a replacement.
But hey,
The people never even had a voice. The people of Georgia never had a voice to even put her in the position that she's in the first place.
and it's a race for her to get reelected.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
So knowing that these people, the people that I would deem ignorant or unintelligent or whatever we want to call it, they still know right from wrong, dog. I
But
would
do
like
they?
to think they would still know right from wrong. So is this just really how they feel, or do they believe this nonsense? Because I don't think all of them just believe this nonsense. I think people really feel and
Gosh, I
resonate
used to think
with,
so, man.
with
I'm
how
not
they.
sure anymore.
Doesn't feeling divulge into belief system?
I don't
I
know.
mean, emotions most likely carry you to where you're either going to make what you would consider right or what you considered wrong, vice versa.
Right.
Your emotions are going to carry you to whatever destination that you lead. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing why the Bible tells you to be weary of your emotions, because you can't think clearly.
So can somebody please explain to me the wild allegiance that Ted Cruz has to Trump? What is it?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
A,
man.
For
a
real,
dude
man,
that
for
called
real.
my wife ugly,
Called her a dog. Pretty
called her
much,
a dog, and then said his dad.
Killed JFK.
Yeah,
Seriously, what's the alliance to that, man?
he wants to be president of the United States. And at the end of the day, like me and Spencer were having a conversation before we even started this, Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz both want to be president of the United States, and they're going to need
Bro.
Trump's constituents those votes. They're going to need those votes.
So this is how it is, bro. Check this out. The Republican Party has noticed after 4 years of thinking that they put a dumbass in office that would allow them to do just whatever they wanted at any time they wanted for whoever they wanted, has now especially who they chose for the job, has now smacked them in the face because his influence matters more than what they say.
100%.
And now when his
The rules
his
are changed, man.
influence,
Yeah.
right? Because it's what he says. It's not about what they say.
Yeah.
Whatever Trump says, it's how the people that follow him are going to act.
1000%.
And they're the same people that put them in their seats anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So now, without them following him, or at least trying to do damage control, which is what Josh Hawley is doing for himself,
Yep.
it's self-preservation anyway.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what politics
The second they
has
get in.
always
Oh,
been.
absolutely.
You see
Get
what I'm
reelected.
saying?
Yeah,
This
get
is, bro,
reelected.
we're sitting here in a basement talking about something that we would believe or hope to believe that everybody else can see. That's the problem. Because there are 364 million Americans, and there's only, 420-something seats in office? 410?
535.
535. 535 seats, 364 million people. What are we doing? That's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Why have we taken this so far? Let this go on for so long
Yeah.
with zero repercussions?
The toothpaste is definitely out, bro. Like the political spectrum has been changed forever.
It is. It's really
It has.
the veil
Yeah.
has lifted.
There's no
the
more decorum.
spectrum's the same.
There's no more decorum, man.
There's
Nothing. It's all
no
gone.
veil.
Yeah, it's all gone.
That's what information has done. There is zero veil. And the amount of information that is poured out of things like the internet has made people want to start knowing. At least my generation has. I remember riding bikes, not having no computer, just rolling around, seeing what
Yeah.
yard the bike is in. That's
Yeah.
where my homies is at. And
Yeah.
then I remember the change. I remember you've got mail. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
remember when that dropped.
Uh-huh.
You feel me? All of these people after that remember nothing but the internet.
True.
That's all they've had. All they've had is a overproduction of information just crammed into their face constantly, over and over and over and over and over. We are literally addicted to two of the worst things: sugar and information. G,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
We are unhealthy physically, and we unhealthy mentally.
Sounds like a combination of destruction.
Yeah,
Bro,
man.
it's
see it.
it doesn't help, dog. One of the best things that helps depression is working out.
Right. The endorphins, right? Released.
Bruh. Like, it's not that they can't see that. Look at the majority of majorly rich people that are not 70 and 80. You know what I'm saying? 65, you know? They're not that unhealthy if they are at all.
Right.
They understand. They get it. They're not trying to pass that information on. That's not something that you know just learn about, like how much your body's health affects how you think and your ability to process.
Mm-hmm.
We're not learning that. We're not learning taxes. We not. Nah, we learning just
But like you said earlier, we'd
old
rather spend
man
trillion on
reverendry.
war, spend trillions of dollars on war than
public good.
putting it in education.
Absolutely, because you have to. This has gotten to the point where all that is left is feelings.
But you know
'Cause
where
the
that's
people have
you know
been-
where that shifted though. I always say, you know, if I was really into furthering my personal education formally, because we're always learning anyway,
Always.
whether
Yep.
in a
Through
classroom
life.
or wherever, it doesn't matter. But if I was formally into that system, which I'm not because it's a scam, I would write a huge dissertation on how 9/11 is the day that changed America changed the world, like in so many different ways.
Yep.
Because we went from, you know, personal security, the feeling of personal security trumped liberty, and it's never went backwards.
Yep.
Trumped it.
And also at that point in time,
Because of how we were feeling, though.
also at that point in time, the government changed the way that they surveyed us.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Like the Department of Homeland Security did not exist pre 9/11, and now that thing is a giant conglomerate of its own. You know, it's a living,
So we
breathing
build
thing.
these agencies that outgrow the government.
Basically, is what it is. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
they become so powerful that it's no what. Think about this. Somebody comes out and says, "You know what? It'd be career suicide." Somebody gets in front of a microphone and goes, I don't think we need the Department of Homeland Security anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, America's never been safer. Let's scale back.
That is.
Did they throw eggs and tomatoes at that guy
I absolutely
or
agree.
female?
And that is trickled down even to the most local of level, like your municipal court,
Right.
right? Like, I remember there was a point, I think it was like 2015, 2016, that LSPD, right here where I live,
Okay.
they were like sending some bill to our local Congress to get passed to like triple their pay or something. And I remember we had just finished the additions for their training facility and the jail, all of that. We had just finished it. And they wanted a pay increase. And the people who were on Facebook, because they had posted this on Facebook, and the people were, you know, against it. Like, y'all gonna hire more people and triple their pay?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. And they were on there talking about, well, you know, if we don't get this, then the invisible wall between Grandview
That's right.
and
The safety.
Independence
Yeah, that's right.
and
That's right.
Kansas City will come down
That's right.
because this has always been a profiling city.
100%.
Always.
the invisible wall.
I have so many friends that stay in the city, that grew up in the city, that will not come visit me out here. Absolutely not. They want no parts of it.
To this day.
Now, what do you think that invisible wall is consistent of? What makes that invisible wall? Why do we need an invisible wall between these specific places?
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
It's
so
the-
so
it's-
from
it's the boogeyman.
from
That's why-
security
yeah.
from on a national scale all the way to the ones that knock on your door. Mm-hmm. That has been the priority of the country. G, you right.
The boogeyman. Yeah.
You right.
Yep.
That was the
So-
first threat
So
to get some money.
100%.
I mean, what would we call that? Would that not be extortion?
Yes, indeed.
Is that not extortion at its fine? This is just like in the movies, right? Where you see the dude walk up. Look, you seen the Equalizer?
Yeah.
Where the cops
both
was
of
up in the ladies' house, in the ladies' restaurant, and they was taking money from dude's mom.
Yeah.
And Denzel
Right?
wasn't
right?
having that.
Denzel
yeah.
wasn't having that, right? Denzel ain't
not
never
having
having that. shit.
Equalizer's dope.
This
though,
is-
man.
No,
That's
both
the
of
first-
them
the
are.
first was
Oh,
fire.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Oh,
the first
yeah.
was
the
fire.
first was fire.
That is exactly the same thing that they were saying.
So I don't know.
No, yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, yeah, yep.
You know?
Agreed.
And I think with people's need for information comes with a overwhelming propagandic influence that shifts people's minds for them. That's why the education system's so important. That's why we need people that are willing to teach what people desire to know. You
But
see what I'm
here's,
saying?
I understand what you're saying, and I'm not a teacher, so but from the outside looking in, I feel like we put so many handcuffs on schools and districts and stuff like that because they have numbers to hit, and you take the personality out of the classroom
Yeah, because
from
you
the
hit
teacher.
numbers.
Because
Exactly.
they're trying to hit numbers.
Not
You know what I'm saying? So
not
how
everybody's interested. Like I didn't try in school for real because I wasn't interested in what they were trying to teach me anyway.
exactly? But if you took the shackles off that teacher and allowed that teacher to be themselves, you can relate more. I feel like you know what I'm saying. The teachers that I love the most, I could actually relate to,
Yep.
and that I felt comfortable with having a conversation, just me and that person.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You have to, a lot of these kids don't trust these teachers. Unfortunately.
Well, what reason do they have to trust them? Would you trust somebody that's just coming to work, getting a paycheck, don't really care about you?
But I mean, I would arguably say majority of teachers actually do care about these kids because that's
They
why
would
they're
like
in the
to,
profession.
but they're not allowed to because they buying the supplies out of their own paycheck. So they
There
come
it
to
is.
work dreading work anyway. Then they got to deal with somebody else's badass kids all day because them kids ain't trying to learn what they trying to teach anyway.
And I think parents are finally and I think parents are finally seeing that because of quarantine.
Yep.
Like it's a lot of internet jokes and stuff,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know, their own parents are not. They can't get them to work.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
Now you know.
you're seeing it.
Yep.
Like you're seeing it. Now, of course, the model is different and the circumstances are different, but it's still your child at your house that you can't get to open up that laptop and get some work done.
But they'll open it up for anything else.
Exactly.
Right.
Anything
Right.
and everything else.
Right. And it's the same issues that we deal with when they come to us.
Anything they want to know.
They'll know.
They don't want to know it. Mm-hmm. This is why you change the education system. What
And if I
You know?
knew what the secret sauce was, we'd have our own state of the art facility
Yep.
right now.
so check it.
if I knew.
What would you teach, bro? If you had the choice in teaching without the constraints
Without
of
the
a
barriers?
required curriculum, and you were trying to teach kids a profession like a specialty, what would you teach?
That's a great question. Totally biased here, but I would still want to teach something in the realm of American history because I still think that's vital.
Okay.
Yep.
Like you have to know.
Yep.
Like my whole theme this year, when I had him in classes, I had to I took a dry erase marker and I just started making crazy lines on the board, all loops and angles and zigzags and boom, 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 boom. So finally I get to the end and I hit boom, I make a dot. And at the beginning, where we start, my curriculum starts Reconstruction. So I'm like 1865 up there. Bam, here we go.
Yeah.
And at the very bottom, I said
So post Civil War.
2020. I said, guys, it's messy, it's windy, but all this stuff that started here is the reason why today looks like this. And so when kids hear that, even that, all the stuff in between is still a lot of information, but if they understand that, man, Kansas City's the way it is because of what happened 90 years ago or 100 years ago or 50 years ago, 30 years ago. There is some ownership. Like if you give them ownership, like they have to understand like stuff that's like the stuff that's going on now, this doesn't manifest itself out of thin air. It's a pattern.
Yep.
Right? And you'll see that there's things out there that have set us on the course to where we are today. And so when I throw that at them, that gives me it's the hook, right? I get the hook. And then there's
You hooked me with
there's
that
some-
with
you
that
know,
little analogy. That's hard.
There's some that come on,
Yep.
there's some I gotta pull, and then there's some that he gonna sit in here and put his head down, or he's not gonna, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I knew the answer, man, it would change it all. But I still think kids need the basic understanding connections made from then till now. And it's just so hard. It's just not enough time.
Yep.
It's so hard to do that. Because like each time period can be a whole semester class.
Yeah.
Like you can teach a semester on Reconstruction. You can teach a semester on, politics of the 1920s.
It's like trying to cram the end of Game of Thrones in 2 seasons.
That's right. Bro.
No, but I really love how you said
And it
that.
always gonna end up ugly.
Yeah,
Every time.
You're
Every
gonna
time.
you're gonna rush it, and before you
Yep.
know it,
It's
you know,
over.
I taught 5 decades in a week.
Yeah, dude.
And then
Yeah.
it's really impossible.
So,
We gotta.
as an American history teacher, obviously, do you believe that our history repeats itself?
Yes, I tell them all
Because
the
I
time.
would say McCarthyism is modern day Trumpism now
Hey, man.
in our history.
Yeah,
Because McCarthy, he just was a senator,
And what?
but Trump was
how
the
long?
president.
How long ago was McCarthy?
In the
McCarthy's was late 1960s.
Okay, so from 1960 to 2020, 60 some odd years, things ain't changed that damn much.
Except I would argue the microphone that he had because he was a senator turned into a bullhorn that Trump has because he's the president. The man's followed by 81 million people on Twitter.
Well, but here's the difference. Like, if eventually McCarthy was ostracized, and they were like, "This guy," that's the difference. He went away.
Yeah.
McCarthy went away. He lost power, no teeth. This guy's getting more. He's getting stronger and stronger every day.
Yep. The influence, man.
Even with knowing what
His
we know, like once we knew McCarthy was full of shit, it was like, oh, okay, get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
What's
Because
the
he was just calling everybody a communist. You're a
Yeah,
communist. You're a
yeah,
communist.
yeah.
You're a communist.
And there was fear there, right?
Yep.
It was the Red Scare, right? We're talking the Cold War, and so all you had to say back then was, "Yo, communist," and everybody goes,
Yep.
because that was the common boogeyman.
Yep. I
But
love
now, what you're
America
saying now,
always finds a common boogeyman.
what you're saying now is what's a common thing? It's fake news, right? It's not real.
Yep.
It's fake.
Well, that's the
Right,
only
and-
thing that really unites people with such polarizing opposites is a common enemy. There's got to be a war in some factor for people to feel like they're progressing anywhere.
100%.
Yep.
There's got to be a
It's
war
always got to
somewhere.
be. It's always got to be a us versus them somewhere.
Yep. Yep.
We only progress through conflict. Is that humanity?
Yes,
Can we never progress through peace?
that we never have
I know it.
ever.
I know it. I know everything has been a conflict, even down to religions, bro.
This is built on blood, bro.
Even down to religions, man.
This is built on blood.
Yeah.
Religions
From
will
the very
either go
beginning.
murder people to spread their word.
From the very beginning, this is built on blood and violence.
Man, this is all we got.
Yep. I got something else though. Quick sponsorship break. Shout out to Love 365 Apparel.
Show enough.
Most definitely we'll be having that Bobby J collab. We did have Bobby J collab with Love 365 Apparel and Heartfelt. We had a little COVID scare happen to my printer dude. So we gonna push that drop back to the weekend of the 15th. So we will see y'all soon on that. And then reach out to Mikeless Malik on if you got
Mikeless
any
Malik.
questions regarding any of Love
Shout out
365
to
or anything
Michael
like that.
Malik.
Hell yeah.
So I did want to say that, and then also we did give a shout out to my boy Rich. Go check him out, Native Hemp Code Downtown Lee Summit. Also, want to give a shout out to Shure.
Yep.
Yep,
Shure
because
microphones.
I love these MVS
MV7.
MV7s. Yeah, MV7 mics. Love them.
Yep.
Bro,
And we got
perfect
Needwood
sound,
for
perfect-
the Halo light.
Yep. So let's make this a quick transition. I got one more thing to say politically. I need my stimulus check.
Nah.
I need my stimulus
man?
check. Yeah.
At this point, dog, I don't
most
want
definitely
the government
need my stimulus check.
in charge of spending no more taxpayer money.
Have you noticed though? Everything is costing $600 now.
Yeah,
you can walk down.
$558.
You can
Yeah,
walk
yeah,
down an
yeah,
aisle of
$562.
Walmart right
Yeah.
now.
They
It's
want
crazy how the billionaires work. Because it was the same thing with the $1,200. It's crazy how they work. So they say, "Oh yeah, give them $600." The Walton
about to get
family
it
said,
right
"Make
back.
everything.
We about to get it
make,
right
Make
back.
these
Yeah.
70-inch TVs $550."
Yeah,
We got some listeners on the coast, y'all.
on the coast.
California.
On the West Coast.
Oh man, I'm jealous,
We
man.
got
How's the weather out there?
Tyson
Shit.
and his dad. Tyson's still in high school. He said His dad thinks math and science should be core subjects, and the rest should be more like college, where you pick the courses for your future that more fit you.
Agreed.
I'm not mad at that
Yep,
at all.
I agree with that. 100%.
But you know what that would mean, though? You have to hire more teachers.
Yep.
Well,
You'd have to
look,
hire more teachers.
I think teachers and athletes should swap salaries, G.
I'll take that. You give me a 3-year
saying?
deal, $45 million. I ain't tripping.
Straight up.
Damn right.
Straight up. Straight up. Because
Damn
think
right.
about it, man.
When you get so much out of me, 3 years, 45.
The main reason we are where we are is because of the lack of knowledgeable information that would progress politics.
No, it's
You know what I'm saying?
not, it's true.
I think like without finance and understanding how the government governs you, this is where we really end up. Finances is pivotal to not ending up in poverty.
I agree with that.
100%.
Pivotal. Some people don't start in the hole, but
And
they
even-
end up deeper than anybody ever's been.
Yeah. See, and that's part of my.
Or you go to school.
See, and that's part of my thing that I talk to my kids about. You know, like, and I gotta be careful because you wanna. I said, you know, one of my things I tell them, I said, I'm not telling you what to think. I want to tell you how to think. Right? I'm not gonna tell parents and push what I believe into you, but I'm going to tell you truths.
Yep.
And then you can take those truths and formulate your
whatever you
own
want.
opinion.
Love it.
And so what happens is, you know, it's amazing that we talk about, you know, you talk about the truth and information. The waters are muddied on purpose.
Absolutely.
They throw it in there so we can't see everything, so that when we reach for something, yeah, this is what we come up with, and we go, all right.
If
This is
everybody
the-
could achieve billionaire status, they'd just be regular people.
That's right.
They be damned
Hmm?
if they're just regular people.
And we talk
Even
about
if they're
that.
not famous, like some people dodge fame.
And you
and
say
get
finances,
ridiculous
bro.
money.
You say finances.
You know?
And the game was made like that on purpose. Like, I tell people this, like, without trying to get, you know, into some racial debate, but the one side carries generational debt, the other side gets generational wealth. Mm-hmm. It's that simple.
Because I can tell you right now, bro.
You guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, for the most part, we're gonna be the first generation widespread, all right, of black people that when we die, we'll probably have something to give to our children.
Yep.
Glory
We're
to
the
God.
first one.
Yep.
I'm 38. My mom was 64 when she passed. She had nothing. Her mom, grandma, right, was born in 1930. What do you think she was gonna be able to accumulate?
Nothing.
Nothing.
At all.
She's born 1930.
Yeah.
Jim Crow.
That's just two generations.
That's
Mom
it,
and
bro.
grandma.
That's it.
That's
so what do
it,
you
man.
think? There's nothing else before that.
Yep.
That's nuts.
And I was just asking
it's
grandpa,
nothing
literally my grandpa, your uncle, just was asking him to look through our family. He has our family records and stuff like that. I'm like, I know we have land out there somewhere that
You
we
would
can
think.
lay claim to.
No, bro.
And hold on. And Pawpaw was like, oh yeah, somewhere in Tennessee. I said, Grandpa, please let me know about that because I'm of age to where I will go claim that land.
So this is what you got to do.
100%.
This is what you got to do. You got to hope. You got to hope that your family's kept up the taxes on it. Because if they haven't kept up the taxes on it,
It's
they're going to
been
auction it off
seized.
on the courthouse steps.
Yep.
Right? And people are waiting
For that
across the
stuff,
country for them shits to furlough.
Yep.
Because families don't know that they actually own some shit.
Yep. Exactly.
Right? So check this out. You remember I was talking about chess moves last week?
Right.
Imagine that chess move from back in 1808.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man.
Imagine that.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Imagine that.
Yep.
That is why
That's the
people
game.
need to know. They need to know finance and governance. It is the most necessary
So
shit
I'm
to
glad you
not
said
get
that.
fucked.
That's real,
You
man.
just pulled something.
And I
out
would have
of
made a better decision
It's
in
crazy.
2005 had I had a little bit. And I was 21, 22. Like, I was right there. But I made a poor choice. Not knowing, right? I finished my playing career. And so I had student teaching left to do. So of course, when you're done playing,
Yeah.
I'm on my own.
Finding yourself.
Yeah, I'm on my own.
Because
dog.
all you've known your whole life is football.
Yeah.
Because I went through a depression. We can talk about that a whole another day.
I
but-
had-
but most definitely.
But I had
most
a
definitely
year.
did.
I had a year that I still had to spend in college, even though I wasn't playing ball no more.
Yep.
Because like you can't student teach and play football
Same with me.
because I
Same-
get no time.
Yep.
So I had to come back another year, an extra half year, and
finish.
put myself through school with no financial aid through the football program because my
It
eligibility
ran
was
out.
up.
Yep.
So instead of thinking, hold on, I could I could withdraw from this university, still live in Des Moines, and go get my student teaching at a cheaper university in Des Moines. I never thought to even
Do
do
that.
that.
Yep.
So what I do is I take out loans because I don't have no financial aid.
Right.
My mom ain't got no money.
Right.
So I take out all these loans to finish that, that half a year at Drake, private institution. It's a lot of money. But then when I'm done, I got a job, but I ain't got no money. My first year teaching, my first salary
You
teaching.
stayed in
Now you
Iowa
in the hole.
your first year.
Now I'm in the hole.
in
And
the
then,
hole.
and then I'm deferring.
Yep.
So that interest is just
Oh, man.
bow, bow,
Tell me.
bow,
Student
knocking
debt,
me up in the head.
financial student debt, right, is like a mortar, and you the shell, right? And you going down the tube. But how many of them is duds?
No
They
doubt.
just stay there, and
No
they
doubt.
don't fire.
No
You
doubt.
feel me? How many
Yeah.
of them where that education doesn't shoot them back out the shell?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the problem.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they own this mass atrocity amount of fucking debt
Yeah.
just to be smart. G.
That's it. To say
Just
you're
to be
smart. Yeah.
It's some shit
yeah.
that they probably didn't even want to know.
Yeah.
They just picked a fucking career, especially student athletes, just to get through college, thinking and hoping and praying that they one of the chosen few that make
Better
it
make
into
it.
a league.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
The 1%.
Bro, it is the most ridiculous hustle
Speaking
that
of
I've
athletes.
ever seen.
Speaking of athletes.
Now think of that chess move from 1864.
Yeah, bro.
Universities. Flipping them old plantations into universities.
The moral act.
Bro,
Yeah.
let me stop. They ain't hearing me.
Yeah.
They not hearing me.
Yeah.
We just got information now to see
free land
and
grants,
realize
dog.
that chess move even happened. That's
Yeah.
how far behind in the game we're playing that shit. We just still trying to
100%.
realize what they already done.
That's another reason why I'm
It's
pushing
nuts,
so
bro.
hard
It's
and
crazy.
saving so hard and working my
It's
ass
crazy.
off so hard is because and want acreage in my lifetime because
Land is power.
land is freaking power. I was never taught that.
Yeah.
I was never taught that. And then, like you said, back to what y'all were saying with finances, I was never taught. They give you a high level class in high school on how to write checks and to manage this. They didn't teach me how to save money.
Yeah.
I didn't really learn how to save money until probably last year. You know what I'm saying? I would put increments there, and then
And
let
I
me go.
still struggle.
Yeah, come
I
on,
still
bro.
struggle.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
still
Come
struggle.
on, bro. And then life happens in between that too. I just think, man, that's why I really want land. I want land to give to my kids because
know-
we were never afforded our 10 acres and a mule.
Did you know?
And-
You probably knew this. The only people that could vote when we first started were landed nobles,
Yeah. White landowners.
landowners,
Yep.
regardless of race. If you ain't own shit,
You ain't
you
got a
ain't got
voice.
say in a
Yep.
damn.
Yep.
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 You can live here all the fuck you want to. Yeah, go ahead. Pay into our economy while we keep
Yep.
breaking your cash, putting it in some fucking account. You know what I'm saying? And then keeping your ass down, giving you absolutely no education to help better your situation, as in that we call life. You know what I'm saying? Give you no opportunity except for these chosen few that go work for these corporations to advance their dream instead of dreaming of their own. That's your education.
Yeah.
That you're going to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for because the government talking about regulating some old-ass plantation that turned into your school. That's how fucked we are. That's America.
Well, that is the
That's
perfect
America.
way to transition to
It's nuts.
college
Fucking crazy.
football and sports. Spencer, hit the sports.
I got you.
Yeah, because look at him. Y'all got him cheesing over there. He can't wait to stomp up and down on history right now.
These universities right now, man.
Hey, I didn't go to college. Didn't have to learn that shit.
No, bro.
You right.
And to be honest with you, no. And I'm gonna
right.
tell you, and I'll say this to the camera. if you are just going to college just to go to college, get your ass out of college and go find a trade and get a job. Because if not, you end up in a hole that you're not going to be able to dig yourself up out of.
We have to work for somebody else's dream to realize and fund our own dream because they've made everything that people want to do so goddamn expensive.
And unattainable.
Bruh. No, I'm going to tell you this right here. I'm going to give you a personal story.
is.
I'm going to tell you a personal story. So your boy graduates college from Pitt State. Shout out to the Gorillas. Play football there, national championship, two-time MIAA champion. I just had to throw that out there. You know?
Good. Yeah.
Humble brag to my boys.
Stun it.
But, so I got my degree. And then I get out of college the December of 15. Navient, which is the student loan company, they hit me up January probably 10th talking about how we're here to help you set up a payment plan for the amount of money that I owe back immediately. Bro, I ain't even got a job yet.
Yep.
I ain't even got a job yet. So I'm like, you're asking me to go ahead and just sign up for we'll just say $150 a month.
And you're not even
that I
barely even
legitimately do not have at this point in time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's wild to me, man.
So
that shit's wild
imagine what kind of pressure that put on your decisions going forward to get a job.
I was rushing to try and find a job.
For as your worth after paying or having to pay all of this money just to get some kind of job in your field because they said you needed a 3-4 year degree.
Exactly.
And make any kind of money.
Yep.
Anything.
Which, I mean, realistically, arguably, I would say your bachelor's now is a glorified high school diploma.
It's a hustle.
It's definitely a hustle.
Right
It's
now.
a hustle. It's a government hustle. And they hustle. Oh, my God.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
So, college football playoffs, anybody catch it?
I did.
Bro, oh, man.
I did.
That Ohio State Clemson you told me about?
Justin
Brian
Fields.
Kelly and Dabo Swinney both lost on the same day. That was a good start to the year. Man. I'm not a big fan of those two gentlemen, man. But yeah, I was good, man. Justin Fields finally got a
He's
chance
a problem.
to go
He's a
against
problem.
Trevor Lawrence and
Yep.
get that get back.
I mean, regardless of what you want to say about Trevor Lawrence and how he played, dude's only lost like 4 games.
2.
I thought that's 2?
2.
Yeah, 2 games.
One in the national championship, one in the semifinals. That's it.
So, Jaguars, here we go.
Yeah,
Here we
yeah,
come.
yeah.
Because
So
That's where it's
how
headed.
many of Justin's receivers, or not Justin's, but Trevor's receivers is going to the league?
You know what? I will tell you this. Let me tell you. I will agree. I will say this. It's probably the reason why I kind of like Trevor. I like Trevor.
yeah, me too.
But
He's a Christ follower.
he's not littered this year with first round NFL talent at the skill position, except his running back.
yeah.
Like he was throwing to a 5th-year senior, that just getting his shine this year. He lost his best guy to a neck injury in the offseason.
Yep.
So he wasn't throwing to the dudes Joe Burrow was throwing to last year from LSU. He didn't have that.
Yeah.
Now I think this Clemson, so
They'll be all right.
those guys will get a cup of tea in the league, but there's no superstars he was throwing to this year. So I give him. If you're grading on the curve, I like that you're still able to succeed. And now, don't get me wrong, we're not crying any tears for Clemson, right? Clemson's still really, really good in a lot of different places. But he wasn't throwing to all this first-round talent. He has first-round back, but his receivers weren't elite guys
Trevor?
this year in college ball.
Yeah, Trevor's. So Alabama,
So he got
Ohio
game.
State. Who's
I
going?
think Trevor's got game, though.
Hell yeah, he's the number one. He's gonna be the number one draft
That's
pick.
the only reason they're saying Mahomes ain't really got game because he got all these receivers.
They're
drunk,
Bro.
but we'll get there.
Man.
So make a pick: Alabama, Ohio State. Who you got?
Heart says Ohio State. My wallet would say Bama.
Oh yeah, I feel you. I'm in the same boat as you,
Yeah,
because.
so
but I
if
think-
Ohio State wins, I'll be happy. If Bama wins, I'll go, of course.
But let me. You were tweeting the whole time about number 24 for Ohio State.
He's in trouble.
Smith is about to.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
Who's about to win the Heisman?
Yep.
If he don't win
He
the
should
Heisman,
win the Heisman,
it's
that's for
rigged.
sure, yeah.
If he does not win the Heisman, it's rigged.
Yeah.
And that's number 6 for
Alabama.
Alabama.
Wideout.
The best receiver in the country. For real, bro. When I say he's a problem, dude is a problem. Bro.
Very unassuming looking gentleman.
Yeah.
Slender build.
Sarkeesian,
But he
that's
can
how you
rip-
say his name?
yeah.
Their OC. He was predominantly an outside receiver last year. Now
Move him
now
everywhere.
wherever you want to put him.
You know, he got the job at Texas.
Yeah, yep. I just saw that.
Yeah.
Yep. Bro, so yeah, I think Alabama's about to.
I don't watch much
I don't
college
think it's gonna be. I think if I was to throw a score out there, probably 31-17.
Yeah.
Alabama, just because, bro, that defense, bro, they gonna show up.
If
and
Ohio
show
State,
out.
if Ohio State can run it though, if they
like
can
how
run,
they were, how they were doing,
if
yeah.
they can run it, it'll be some issues. But you can't allow Bama. You can't allow Bama the
That's for you. No, I already got one. That's for
Oh.
you. Leak, keep
There you
that.
go,
Keep
Leak.
that. You can't allow
the
Bama.
extra possessions. Can't turn it over. You can't kick field goals. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like they put so much pressure on you that you feel like you got to play a perfect game, and you know how that ends.
Bro, I was watching them play Notre Dame. They tackle so
dog.
well. Like if you watch the
Like a
game of
3-yard
football,
game, it's a
bro,
3-yard game.
If you watch the game of football and you know the game of football and you see some good ass tackling, them boys tackle.
Yeah.
And then they let the man go and go right back to the
Yeah.
defensive huddle. Nick Saban got them boys robotic.
Yeah.
I would love in my lifetime just to go to an Alabama practice and just
See
to
how it
watch.
moves? Yeah.
Because guarantee you see a high translation from how they practice to the game.
I bet it's like a
100%.
dojo.
Bro.
That's exactly what it is, bro. Yeah.
Bro.
I bet that's what it's like.
Yeah.
When I was watching the game, I'm like a normal person watching the football wouldn't notice that type of stuff. You played the game, I played the game. You noticed that. And I'm like, bro, they tackle so damn well. They tackle better than some NFL teams on Sundays.
Nick Saban is one of those guys that like I go back and forth on him every single year, dog. Like,
know if you like them or
gosh, like it's like would I send Jet there? Would I tell Jet to say don't even think about it? Like I go back and forth, and he pulls me in sometimes when he has these rants he goes on.
Yep. Because you're like, I love that.
And he talks about like giving kids second chances, and he talks about some of the things that he does, and he's also a registered Democrat.
Yep.
Which is shocking to some people. You know, the most powerful man in Alabama is a registered Democrat.
More powerful than the governor.
Yes, sir.
Yep, for sure.
And he's
Roll
and
Tide.
and he's richest public employee in the state.
Influence.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And I listen to him talk, but then I go. Then I hear stories about how Alabama, while you're there they use you up, man. Like you're gonna be there 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but they're gonna squeeze every little bit of juice out of you.
Yep.
Which I guess makes sense, but there should be a healthy balance though. Still, I don't want my son to go to a place where he's gonna be playing for a taskmaster.
True.
But I also want to go to a place where he's gonna
Be disciplined.
be disciplined. He's gonna take care of you and give you some tools. So that's my love. That's my love-hate relationship with Saban. Like, would I send my son there today? Yes, I would. I would send him to Bama before I sent him to Clemson, because I think Dabo is a false prophet.
Absolutely. I would agree with that statement. My question to you would be, is the fear of this you must obey deep into your adulthood? Because at that point I feel like you're kind of deep into your adulthood at that point when in the ways you start thinking. Would the fear of your son experiencing that trump the tools that he would get from being in a system like that?
That's
really the
the battle with me. That's
because
right.
I feel like when,
I like how
agree
you
with
put
that.
that.
when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
always, because when you're a kid, bro, especially if you're in a black family, I can't speak for all black families, but I feel
Right.
like the majority of black families are very, you gonna obey me or I'll take you out of this world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
1,000.
And
Right.
saying that, just saying that to kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, they start to really believe, like, this nigga might really be serious. You know what
Hey,
I'm
my
saying?
mama
Like,
to this day can give me a look that I
You know?
will go back to being 6-year-old Montre, and I'm like,
and it's a subconscious
chill,
thing.
you know?
It's not something that we
Yeah.
control when we're thinking that because we haven't fully developed in that. But imagine thinking that way and having to be that pounded into you all the way into your 20s.
well, yeah, and then also,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think a lot of these
Is
kids
that what trumps the experience of tools that I feel like you could give them yourself, man.
True. No, but a lot of these kids that are going to schools like Alabama are coming from situations where they don't have a mama or a daddy.
they
you know what I'm saying? So they
their
need
guidance came from the
they
football
need
field.
It's a
that
good
was-
problem to have because you're there. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And at some point, you're
That's
gonna,
right. And so that's what,
right.
man, without saying any
It's
names, you know, there's a young man who was given a full ride scholarship. Well, not given, because he earned it.
Yeah.
He earned a full ride scholarship. But his first 18 years were so messed up structurally, right? That he only grew up knowing how to take. Like every relationship, I'm gonna squeeze something out of you. I'm gonna take from you and put it in my pockets over and over and over again. And so when he gets to this university and you look in a room, that's what a lot of people don't get. You look in a room, he's from Texas and he can play. This kid's from Michigan, he's really good too. This dude's from Florida, man, he's really good. And I'm in the room. So it's 4 alphas
Yep.
in this room. And when you go out there and compete, and you don't, and now you're not the best, or now you're not
You're not the
who
one
who
that
they
all the
thought
eyes
you
are on
were.
always.
Yeah. And then they go and they knock you down a couple pegs.
Yep.
All right. You went from first string to third string. How do you handle it? And this young gentleman I'm speaking of was given no tools. We got him late, and we tried to. It's what we call it. We call it. Can you function, dog? Can you get up every day
Yep.
and do the same thing for over and over and over and over and over? Can you do that? Because if you can, you'll survive.
Absolutely.
But if you can't, you'll be home in a year. And last week, he ups and throws it all away. Leaves the university, enters the transfer portal
And gets lost.
and he has no plan.
And he gets lost.
So now when he's calling around, those other schools pick up the phone and call to where he came from and go, hey, why did he leave? And so this guy on the other end is obligated to tell the truth.
Got to. Yep.
You know, coach, super talented kid. He played for us. You know, he went through a little adversity and he left. So now you went from, if you can function, you're gonna leave with $25,000 in your pocket, because you know you get extra financial aid and all that stuff pocketed away, a degree, and you played 4 or 5 years of college football for free. But now he's in purgatory because he don't know which way is up anymore, because he could not function and handle the small little bit of adversity. Because he didn't have the tools he doesn't have the tools to do it.
And he's never seen it.
He can't just grunt it out.
So the test of a parent, at least in scenarios that lead to this one, right?
Spence,
What's up?
your mic is up. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you could hear it.
I think it's picking me up.
All right, cool.
Is it really like to trust the ability of yourself to instill qualities that are taught and coached over time into your kids to where they can get through a system like that? Or do we start teaching these kids what they just want to know instead of how to beat the system that's put in place?
I don't know, man.
And, like,
Yeah, I don't know
don't
that answer to
know.
that either.
Because of how the world's functioning.
they force your hand, man.
Yes, man.
This is why it's a dilemma. This is why it gets here, man. And dude, I could only imagine what it's like just wanting the best for your kid, right? But knowing that the system that you're about to put them through is going to fuck them up regardless if they're smart enough to take it or not. Because if they're dumb enough, right? If they're not prepared, right? It's going to destroy them.
Right.
Break them down to a point of a level where they don't know what the fuck they're supposed to do.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
And if you're smart enough to see it, you're going to go through such horrible depression realizing that this is the reality of things.
Yep.
And everything that you thought that you wanted to be because everyone's done told you can do anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Smiling in your face, lying fucking
Right.
to you, G.
Right.
Some people are
Damn.
just good at shit, and some people aren't.
Yeah.
Okay? And whatever
That's
you're
the-
good
that's the
at, G, That's what you have to find in your kid.
God dang.
You have to find what your kid is good at, and if you're gonna press them at anything, don't press them
at that.
at something that they
Yep.
that they don't even like doing.
Yep.
Press them at some shit that they either want to know or they realize that they need to know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do, man.
That-
Especially
like,
having
that is
a 7-year-old now.
I
That's,
could
you
only
know,
imagine, dude.
Yeah, I can.
I could only imagine, man.
All parenting stuff, I'm deferring to you because I have
could only
not a
imagine.
clue. I got 2 dogs that still get on my damn nerves to this day.
It's
Bro, like that's why I'll be scared, bro. I'll be scared. I'll be scared, G.
And so I guess to answer your question, I'm sending them unless he's not who he says he is. I would send Jet to Nick Saban. I would.
I'm telling you, if my son got a chance, he's on a first flight to Tuscaloosa all day long.
Yeah.
That's national championship or not, bro. I just think
The structure there.
bro. Structure
Yeah.
is so important to life in general. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
you be
people are born
consistent,
without a
man?
foundation.
Yeah.
So then you start trying to put trash and make that a foundation that is not going to stand. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's just
and even if I'm sending him into an environment that is more disciplined and diplomatic, at least he's getting reinforcement for what I hope that he was getting from me at home.
would you say that your kid's success is more important than the relationship that you have with him?
No.
Hell no. I could answer that question.
Because I feel like some people put their own child's success as more weight on the scale
As a commodity. Yeah, I
as
understand
their
what you're
own
saying. yeah.
relationship with their kids.
And I feel like a lot of parents also
Because,
get caught up with, I wanted this for myself.
That's what-
and
that's
now
what does
I
it
want
right
this for
there.
you. Yeah.
That's what does it right
yep.
there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is exactly what you need because this is how people win at life, whatever they think. You feel me?
And this is how I
And
didn't
this
do
is
it.
not nothing that
Yeah.
their kid wants to do.
Yep.
Nothing.
What if it is what they want to do?
Then it's a
We-
there's a
then
match
we-
made in
then we
heaven.
got a
You got
match.
your
Yeah.
soulmate as a
And
child.
we got a match.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Now you
Congrats.
super fan out. Now
Yeah.
you super fan out.
Congrats.
Yep,
To him.
yep,
Yeah,
as
you
much
pour
as you
into
But
him.
can.
but
Yep, yep.
everybody can have that soulmate out of their child if they just find what they're good at. If you find what your child is naturally good at, right? If they realize and know that they're naturally good at it too, they'll take that pushing. They'll take that extra drive and determination and expectation that you're pulling out of them.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? And they'll appreciate that later. But if you're just forcing some shit on them that you think is just gonna make them the winner, and they don't fucking like that shit, dude. You know, like I would, man. I've always thought about that as growing up. You know, like it's not that my parents don't support me. You know what I'm saying? It's not that my parents don't love me and have tried to give me tools, but they didn't really they put me in all kinds of programs. And I felt like the programs that were chosen, right, or the programs that were offered weren't the vast majority. I was really being influenced by a bunch of things. What my constituents at school play. You know what I'm saying? So I can talk and shoot the shit with them. Maybe I'll have better friendships out of that.
Rapport,
You know?
yeah.
What my parents like, you know, because I still got to go home. I spend more time with my parents than anybody, you know. And I ended up just being in my room playing video games, dude. There
But
is
I feel like,
nowhere,
man, hey,
you know,
you're gonna spend a
gets there.
lifetime finding yourself.
it gets there, man.
Point blank. Period.
So that's why I always wonder, you know,
That's why coaching's so hard now, though, too.
oh, and I think coaching is good practice for parenting, G.
I
It's
agree.
great
I
practice.
agree.
Because parenting is the most important thing in this world. Our kids are our
Because you
future.
see it.
yes,
like,
it is.
It's
know?
The family
It's
dynamic
our
is
kids
the
are our
most
future.
important thing. Yep.
you see it, man. Like you see it every day. You see, you know, I see kids with these physical gifts, and it's just like,
Where's your head?
where are you? Where are you, man?
Yep.
Yep.
And I think, I'm just thinking in game. You know, like you know, this is your body's just as much as your money maker as your mind.
Mm-hmm.
While it's still good.
Agreed.
Yep.
You know, so I'm like, take these gifts, use that to get to where you want to go. Football is just a small measure of time, dog.
Absolutely.
Like, it really is. So I guess to go back to Marcellus Wiley brought this up. He talked about this before. He would take the money over the like Super Bowls. Like, you know, make you know, I'm a $35 million man or I'm a $6 million man, but I win 2 Super Bowls. He's like, give me the $35 million.
Because this is only a fraction.
Because this is give me the money.
Yep.
Right? Like give me the so I guess what I'm saying is like if I could get kids to understand that their human value, their self value, like, hey bro, you just gotta 4 years go out there and participate.
Yep.
And you can leave that place with money in your pocket, a little knowledge you gain in school, and now you can set yourself up. Because if you can walk out of somewhere with minimal to no debt, you're already ahead of the game.
Yep.
And there's a lot of apathy out here. That's what bothers me a much. Like there is no intrinsic motivation from a lot of these young guys, man, where they have all these advantages. And that's just me coming from you know, I'm the old head when I talk about stuff like this, like the stuff that these kids have access to. I didn't even know that world would even exist 20 years ago.
Yep.
What would you like? What would you deem the cause of all of that? You know, like what would you deem the cause of just this blanket sense of just, you know, lollygagging? You know, because dude, I lollygagged a lot of years. Just wasted off of my life. That my brain looking in the mirror, bro. Sometimes it's hard for me, G, because I know my potential of my thought process and where I can take things and where I can go and how I feel that fits into the spectrum of society in terms of making money or making something out of myself in general, right? But why did I fall to so many influences?
Dude.
You know what I'm saying? Why did I fall to so many outer influences? And that's why I really think teaching kids what they want to know, right? Because if I look at a lot of different prodigies, I feel like prodigies just found what they wanted to do early.
Yeah.
And they never took their eyes off of that, man. Regardless what was in their phone. You see prodigies still today. Prodigies have spanned the test of time through all time.
100%.
You will find people that just found that shit way early in life. And they never fell to any all of these influences, dog.
Well, I mean,
You know, like
you just have more access.
It's
like we
crazy.
said from the beginning, we have more access. The more access that you have, the information, the more distractions that you have in life. So, I mean, yes, I might be very interested in this one thing, but hey, my friends aren't interested in this, so I need to find myself and put that aside for now. Which you putting that aside can turn into years, like you said.
Or you do it every now and then.
Yeah, or you do it every now and then the thing that you love the most becomes something that you're not even interested in anymore. Or honestly, you build up a hate towards it.
Or this can't make you.
Yep.
This can't pay the rent.
Yep. That can't
That can't
bro,
pay the rent.
hey,
Yep.
that's the one though.
Passion don't pay the
That's
rent.
the one. You know why? Because that comes with our governance.
That's right.
That comes with our governance, dog. And if our governance thought smart was cool, bro, we'd have people doing way better. Because the influence is really what matters. That's what hits home to folks. That's what's really like, you know, we've set the bar that if you can get this amount of money because this money matters in life, right? In terms of society, if you broke, fuck
You're
you.
nothing, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like,
You know what you
Whatever.
just brought out of me? Remember how I was telling y'all earlier that I was watching the shows Vikings? And the Vikings, their biggest thing is they want fame. They want their name to be, you
Right,
know,
live
forever. Yeah, they want
Married.
fame. And it's this dude named Ivar the Boneless on there, who had became the king. He's known in the Silk Road at this time. You know, he's known all over the region. And his brother asked him, he was like, but I want more. He's like, I'm not famous enough. And that's what it is now. People would rather have that influence instead of actually being the person that God has built them to be. You know, they will shun their blessings, put them behind closed doors and hide from them to the point to where if they were to open that door up again, they wouldn't even know what that is. You know what I'm saying? When it's something that's been a part of you your whole life.
You know, you beat the challenge.
Don't
of
close
free
the
will.
doors to your blessings, man.
This is the answer to the challenge of free will. Good parenting.
Yeah. I mean, and that's in the foundation of the
Good
Bible.
parenting is how you beat the temptations that come along with free will.
Yep.
That's how you beat it. That's why so many institutions, when you want when they want somebody to be down and out, they take away parents.
100%.
Send them to war.
Yep.
They
100%.
drug them through vaccines.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but hey, crazy thing you said. No, you said parenting right. Because
Good parenting.
if Mama got a phone call of Montre talking in class from my teacher,
Yep.
I got a phone call on my ass, and that next day, guess who wasn't talking in class?
This is how you beat free will.
You feel?
man.
You know what I'm saying? It's just you're right.
You gotta we subconsciously inherently know right from wrong, right?
Yeah,
I would
yep.
like to think if you're outside of you being psychopathic or something, that you just inherently have some kind of sense of direction of which way is north. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I
mean,
think
that's
over time you unlearn those things to get it confused is what makes people bad people. Like I said,
And-
unless you like psychopathic.
Gosh, man, yeah. And that's
That's a hot take, right?
it's
Music that's not so ass.
man,
That's a hot take.
free will.
Let's move
good
to
parenting.
it. Yeah.
let's move to it.
Hey, they should quote that for 100 years, G.
Man,
Yeah.
this is a really good conversation because we didn't even get to some of the topics on the list that I just wanted to touch on real quick. Because right now the Cowboys are playing.
Oh, it's a big one for you.
It's a big one, and I just got a text message from one of my homies who's a Cowboys fan that just said that they didn't get off the bus. So, oh my
boy.
God, here we go, bro.
Oh,
They're about to
boy.
do it to me. So, I don't know, man. But this is a good ass conversation, man. Y'all showed up today and showed out. I appreciate
I'm still
you.
thinking about that.
Me too, because Spencer always is pulling. We're gonna have to touch on it because we don't got 2 hours. So hold that thought.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to,
And that actually
I'm gonna
leaves a
think on that.
cliffhanger to our pods out there. Come see us next week.
Yeah, 'cause
Same
I'm
time.
gonna pick up on this.
Please watch
You
this
will?
video. Like and
Hell yeah,
subscribe
man.
on YouTube. Twitch.tv/Community365 podcast. Correct?
For sure.
And then Community365 on Twitter and Instagram. Love365 Apparel on Twitter and Instagram. I'm your boy Montre. Spencer, did you hit the beat
Yep.
for the music that's not so ass? So Spencer, since this is your segment, your favorite segment, started off. What's some good music that's not so ass?
I'm gonna
before
shout
we get out
out
of here.
my homie who's about to drop a project, but Adrian Truth out here just putting out good music, G. And we he's part of Majority Factual publication company that helps run and fund this bitch.
MFP.
But yeah, I think.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
and Adrian, I just followed you on Instagram. Follow me back.
my bad.
No, I'm talking to Adrian.
Oh.
Yeah, not you.
Oh, no doubt.
I'm talking to Adrian. I'm being funny.
Yeah,
like-
yeah. See, the team
I'm
ain't
being hella funny,
really
yeah.
fully got to meet each other yet.
Yeah, I
'cause
know
all
that's
this
what I'm saying.
pandemic
But
stuff.
hey, your boy Montrezio 902, hit the follow button. Follow your boy back. We MFP family over
Sure
here.
enough,
for
sure
sure,
enough.
for sure.
But yeah, man, he's put out 3 dope singles like Dive and Love Don't Change. That's a joint right there, bro. So check him out, Adrian True. Those singles are already on all streaming platforms, and we plotting his release stream at the moment. So stay tuned for that. Look out for the project coming up. Y'all get a date soon, I'm sure. But yeah.
Because you been listening to anything?
Y'all know me, man. Same answer every week. I don't know nothing.
Bro, I feel you.
Well, I'm gonna bring this on you. I've been bumping that old game lately.
Really?
For real. That Jesus piece. I forgot how hard that album was, bro.
You need to go ahead and take
What-
it back to the documentary.
What? No, the documentary is hard too. Like I said, I just been bumping his catalog lately, and I'm like,
Game had a lot of a lot of records, man.
Bro,
Yeah, he had a lot
Game
of
was
records,
speaking some
man.
truths.
bruh.
Yeah, Game had a lot of records.
And he can actually rap, not no like lollipop rap. Like, nah, we talking like
Could you imagine
Rap.
a Game Nipsey cross project? Oh, that
Would have been nice, man.
oh my goodness,
Yeah.
That
those
would've
two
been
flows
incredible.
on the it would have been
That would have
been crazy. What? What do they call the post? What do they call
They do it all the time for great
I know, but what do they
artists.
call when dead people make? What's the name?
I forget.
Post something.
Yeah, with an H.
Yeah.
Why am I forgetting it? Posthumorous, not humorous, but
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I mean, that's
after
what I've been
death.
Yeah,
Yeah,
after death.
yeah.
Yep, straight up.
R.I.P. Neighborhood Nip. Since we're talking about him, I gotta
Man,
go ahead and do that.
everything
But yeah,
for
I've been
Nip,
bumping game. That's really what I've been bumping. But come see us next week. This is the Community 365 podcast. I love you boys. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it. Always, man.
We will see y'all
Always
next
a pleasure,
week,
man.
Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/Community365 podcast.
No doubt.
Please like this video and subscribe on our YouTube page.
Yep.
And we'll see y'all next week.
No doubt.
God bless. Peace.
Peace.